Welcome to the podcast for Brain and Courtlin in the morning on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Ain't no love in Oklahoma. That's Luke Combs. Good morning. It's Brain and Courtlin.
You know, I think there probably is some love in Oklahoma.
I believe at least a little bit. The thing that really blows me away about that song, when I hear that song, I automatically think about the movie Twisters. It's from that soundtrack. And then I start thinking about the scene in which that song comes on, and it's Glenn Powell riding up in a truck and women everywhere going, "Oh, sweet Jesus." I mean, I'll admit I said that too.
He is a very good-looking man.
And then it just seems like, okay, that was this summer. That was a summer movie. Mm-hmm. And it seems like summer was so far away, so long ago.
Well, I believe that movie is going to be streaming on, I want to say November 15th.
Okay.
So you don't have to wait all that long for it. Peacock is where it's going to be streaming at.
So, yeah.
Yep, November 15th. Wow, I'm so good at remembering things.
I've seen it a couple of times. My Carly wanted, when it first came available to rent or purchase, I'm trying to remember when that was.
It was not long ago.
No.
Because I remember you were forced to watch it.
And she goes, "Dad, can we please buy Twisters?" And I'm like, oh, fine, whatever. You know, and it was $24.99, which kind of crushed my soul a bit because I hate.
Still cheaper than going to the movies, though.
Yeah, it is. And the entire family watched it at least once. And there was somebody else I was talking to about this movie. I think maybe it was one of our coworkers because we were talking about the fact it was going to be streaming soon. Mm-hmm. And I said, it's worth watching. It really is. It's not a bad movie.
But it's not worth $24.99. How much?
You won't have to spend
How much would you pay to see Glenn Powell's dimples?
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! He's so good in this movie. He really is. I like Glenn Powell, and I know that he's great looking, and the ladies love him. But also, he's a likable person.
Yeah.
How could you not like the guy? He loves his parents.
Like the guy.
All right. Well, there we go.
I love his parents too.
All right, and he loves.
They're so funny.
He has a dog he takes everywhere with him.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
He's an animal lover.
Did you know that he has put his parents in every movie that he's been in as extras?
Really?
They've appeared in every movie he's been in.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
In Twisters, they are sitting directly behind him in the stands at the rodeo. So,
okay, cool.
A little behind. You know, I know that because I've seen Twisters multiple times.
I love learning about movies first thing in the morning.
There you go. All right. Movie Talk with Brain and Courtlin. We're K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. And back then, right now, from Tyler Hubbard, good morning, it's Brain and Courtlin. And welcome to soon-to-be, well, for a lot of us, I think it's already the holiday shopping season. If you haven't started yet, you're behind the 8 ball. It's less than 60 days for Christmas.
Okay, calm down. I haven't started yet.
No, I haven't either. I'm not. Listen, I'm right there with you.
I did send my first request to my mother, though, a link to a pair of hiking boots that I want.
It's so weird because I also sent her my first gift request. So I guess we'll see who wins.
I mean, my mom does always get you a gift.
Yeah. You know who doesn't get me a gift?
Your own mom?
You know why? Because I'm 50 and I should have my stuff together. Okay, so here's the deal.
You're never too old for gifts. What are you talking about?
So we have a chance for you to win a $500 Target gift card. All you have to do is go sign up on the K-Hawk app. And my gosh, how easy is it to spend $500 at Target?
Oh my, I was going to say that's like one visit for me if you really let me stay there too long.
Yeah. I mean, you walk in for deodorant and body wash and you're like, how did I spend $500?
That happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I went in for a few things and I spent $93. And I'm like, what?
I mean,
what did I do?
It happens.
What happened?
You see that red Target, you black out, you're like, what's happening? I'm spending money. That's what's happening. But hey, listen, it can be for yourself. It can be gifts for your friends and family this holiday season. It's all up to you. You can sign up to win the $500 Target gift card now using the K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Old Dominion and make it sweet. Good morning. It's Braden Courtlin. Welcome to the morning show of your nightmares.
I have a bone to pick with you
All
this
right.
morning.
Now, listen, I want to preface this by saying, for those of you who don't know, both Courtlin and I are really diving into the works of writer and director Mike Flanagan. He got a deal with Netflix.
We both watched The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
I moved on to Bly Manor, finished that within 2 days.
We started that last night. We're through 3 episodes.
Okay, but now I'm watching something that you watched twice already because it came out a few years ago.
Yes.
Midnight Mass.
It is my favorite of Mike Flanagan's projects.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's not my favorite of the 3.
Come on.
I am a little upset that you did not warn me how graphic and disgusting this show is compared to the other two. The other two are like, look, hauntings, ooh, spooky house, it's scary. This one is like...
Listen, I compared, once I got done watching The Haunting of Hill House, I firmly believe that is the scariest of them. In my opinion, that was the one that bothered me the most. It's quote unquote scared me the most. Now, I will give you this. Does Midnight Mass involve a few more grotesque scenes?
Yes.
Yeah, but...
The first one that I saw last night, I think it was I don't know if it was episode 3 or episode 4, but I almost texted you to be like, why did you not tell me about this?
Because you haven't even come to the most traumatic scene of the series yet.
And I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it.
No, it's not. I will tell you this, it's not.
I'm not super into the gore.
No, this...
And I don't want to give anything away for people who haven't watched it.
No.
But there is a scene, and it was so gross that I almost fast-forwarded through it.
Don't do it. Come on, man.
Well, there's already...
Let yourself experience it.
I don't like that Mike Flanagan includes so many dead animals in his stories either.
He does, yeah, because there was that definitely in The Haunting of Hill House with the kittens. Mm-hmm. And then in Midnight Mass, there's
more dead cats and a dead dog.
A dog poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. Fast forwarded right through that scene. But it was the scene I watched last night where I was like, this is too much. And so I'm curious as to what's going on. But out of the 3 so far, this is my least favorite.
I think once you figure out what's going on...
Well, it's kind of obvious what's going on.
It will make a lot more sense as, just wait, you just have so much more to discover. Midnight Mass, one of the best programs I have ever watched on Netflix. I loved it so much both times. There's so much involved in it. There's the religious aspects. There's the scary. There's the horror genre all wrapped into it. It's so good. If you're looking for something to watch with Halloween coming up tomorrow, man, it is worth binge watching.
Okay.
Oh, is Courtlin kind of scared?
No, it's not really scary. It's just gross. It's gross.
Blood? It's not that gross. Come
I think
on.
It's kind of gross.
I think corpses talking to me
that's less scary.
Is far worse than this. Is far worse.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Anyway, it's why people are scared by different things. You know what I'm saying? It's why you react differently to that than you do to other things.
I'm just grossed out. It's less scary and more That's why I don't watch movies like Saw or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, and I'm completely with you on that decision. I am 100% with you. I don't like watching things that are gory just for the sake of showing stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't think this was. I think it's all involved in the story.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll get past it then.
I have faith in you.
If not, I'm going to yell at you again.
You can do it. Oh, you're going to yell at me anyway. Just wait till Carrie, a coworker of ours, Carrie, who's also seen this show.
Oh, we've been texting about it every night. She's like, where are you at?
We were talking about a certain scene you haven't gotten to yet. And I go, do you think Courtlin's ready for that? And she's like, no. And I go, yeah, me neither. But just wait.
Awesome.
Brady Courtlin at K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. And last night from Morgan Wallen, good morning. It's Brady and Courtlin. McDonald's has been having rough couple of weeks here. The E. coli thing has not been great for sales, reportedly. However, they believe that they have got that under control and that the E. coli situation is behind them, which of course is great news. So they're looking for some other great news to kind of boost sales. And I think this qualifies.
Well, have you ever gone through the McDonald's drive-thru and you're like, you know what sounds really good right now? A McFlurry.
Or, as my wife finds out oftenly, when she orders a chocolate shake, perhaps.
Yeah. And they say, sorry, our ice cream machine is down. And a part of your soul is just crushed and you're so disappointed. Well, this has become an ongoing joke over the past, decade. They even have a website called McBroken.com where you can track to see which machines are down across the country because it happens so often. Well, there's actually a reason that so many machines are down so often.
And it's McDonald's sucks.
No,
it's not that.
No, it's because there's a company called Taylor that makes the ice cream machines for McDonald's. And for a very long time, they have been the only ones legally allowed to work on these machines. So if one goes down at your McDonald's, you can't just call anybody to come in and fix the machine.
You got to call somebody from Taylor.
And they have to plan to come out. And so you're kind of at the mercy of when can these repair people make it to our particular restaurant. That is over.
That's a little restrictive. I want my chocolate shake now.
But not anymore. Because the U.S. Copyright Office just weighed in, and they have granted an exemption that gives McDonald's the right to repair those machines themselves and bypass those digital locks that Taylor put on those machines. So third parties can now come in and fix the ice cream machines. So that means they could be fixed a little bit sooner.
Okay, now we don't know how much sooner, but obviously this sounds like it's going to speed up the process considerably. By the way, as of right now, 15% of all McDonald's McFlurry machines and ice cream machines are not working.
That sucks.
So that could be one down the street from you. Maybe it's not. You're just at the mercy of the McFlurry gods, which is a little disheartening when you want something right now.
Yeah, there's nothing more disappointing than wanting to go to a restaurant to order a particular item and you never know if that item is actually going to be there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of fast food?
Exactly. I was just
going to say, exactly what you want. You should be able to go to any location and order that exact item.
So our nationwide disaster could be over, friends.
Yeah, this went into effect on Monday.
Okay.
So they can, right now, have someone else come in and fix the machines. I guess that there was an exemption request filed for this after a company called iFixit ripped apart a McFlurry machine and found that they're actually pretty easy to fix.
Oh, man. Of course they are. Of course. We've just been sitting here for years waiting for Taylor to come over and go beep boop. Oh, it's fixed.
I just don't understand why the machines break so often.
I'm not sure either. And, a lot of people are wondering, why did McDonald's allow this to happen? Why did they kind of set themselves up through this initial deal with Taylor? They kind of set themselves up for failure. And there are all kinds of interesting rules when it comes to fast food exclusivity. McDonald's has a special deal with Coca-Cola. And how their product is delivered, how it is stored, and how it is, given to you as a consumer. That's why Coca-Cola at McDonald's tastes better than anywhere else. There are certain rules they have to follow. So, hey, go get a McFlurry today. And if they tell you the machine's down, tell them we'll get someone to fix it.
Go call somebody to come fix it.
Maybe offer to fix it yourself. It's Braden and Courtlin and K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. And Pour Me a Drink, Post Malone and Blake Shelton. Braden and Courtlin with you on a Wednesday, the Wednesday before Halloween.
Ooh.
And today is a big holiday for candy fans. Although you and I are not a fan of this particular Halloween treat, it's National Candy Corn Day.
Boo.
I know. I feel like we're kind of not real great Iowans if we're booing against candy corn.
It has nothing to do with corn, other than it's shaped like a corn kernel. That's it.
Probably made with corn syrup, but I digress.
Everything's made with corn syrup.
Yeah, National Candy Corn Day. I don't know, Courtlin, but I'll tell you my favorite way to eat candy corn is to take a big handful of it
and just throw it in the garbage.
Throw it right in the trash.
Yep.
I've
never been a fan of candy
I never
corn.
have either. And they're like, oh, there's so many ways to eat it. I'm
no, there's not.
I mean, I know some people like to mix it with different things. And if you have to mix a candy with something to tolerate it, it's not a good candy.
No.
35 million pounds of candy corn are consumed worldwide.
Who?
That's a lot.
Who's doing this?
That's 9 billion pieces of candy corn.
Who is buying the candy corn? Because nobody that I know enjoys candy corn.
A recent survey, by the way, found that candy corn is the most disliked Halloween candy. 36% of people dislike it.
Is there anything else on that list?
Followed by hot tamales, atomic fireballs, and jawbreakers.
Well, the only people who like jawbreakers are children.
They're kids.
That's no right. Adults like, you know what I'd like to do today?
Yeah.
Break my jaw.
So, yes, candy corn. If that's your thing, I apologize. I mean, listen.
Is there a candy that you used to get when you were a kid and immediately you were like, I'm going to throw this in the garbage?
Well, listen, when other people were handing out candy bars and stuff, even the minis, and you got to a house and all they had were like Tootsie Rolls, you're like, really?
Yeah.
You couldn't spring for more than a Tootsie Roll?
I would still eat Tootsie Rolls,
yes. Though. Every time over candy corn. Tootsie Roll over candy corn every day of the year.
I'm trying to remember if there was a candy that I really was against.
I mean, pretty much for me, if it has chocolate, it's going to be consumed by me. I was never a huge fan of Skittles are fine, but dude, if I could, I'll take trade Skittles for M&Ms or anything Reese's or chocolate covered.
Yeah, in the candy community, when you're doing your candy exchange with your friends after Halloween.
The candy community.
we used to take our pillowcases out, right?
Oh, yeah.
To go trick-or-treating, and we lived in this really busy suburb just full of kids. So we would come home with an entire pillowcase full of candy, and then we would sit around in the basement. We'd all dump out our pillowcases and sort everything. And you would sort it into this is the candy I'm keeping, this is okay candy, and this is the candy I'm willing to trade.
It's like candy rankings.
It was very serious for us. It was it was like a stock market.
It was. No, you're right, because, let's face it.
The great candy exchange.
Maybe a highly sought after candy bar, maybe a full size something. You
never trade those.
You never trade a full size for something? Think of what you could get though for a full size.
No.
What were some other prized trick-or-treating possessions? Did you ever have people hand out cans of pop?
Yes.
Faygo. Oh, yes.
So growing up in Michigan, a very popular thing for some reason to hand out is cans of Faygo pop and Better Made potato chips, mini bags.
Yeah.
And I remember one year for Halloween, I came home, I'm not kidding, with 18 bags of potato chips. But it's great because it's I have something to put in my lunch every day for the next.
Look at that. You know what? Faygo and chips, 1,000,000 times better than candy corn.
Or when you get the people who throw a handful of pennies in your bag and you're
don't
wow, thank you so much.
Don't be that house.
Or the popcorn balls.
Yeah, listen, I'm old enough where popcorn balls, you didn't eat, they were homemade. Yeah.
Did you get anything unusual in your trick-or-treat bag? I know we've done that as a call-in topic before with listeners, and people said they got handed little mini loaves of bread, toothbrushes.
No. The toothbrush is also horrible. Here you go.
This is for after you eat the candy.
Something to use later to remember me by. Yeah, it's the first house I'm making next Halloween. I'm sorry I didn't say that out loud. No, I don't remember. I remember getting homemade popcorn balls from people in the community, so... Still better than candy corn. Tell us about your favorite Halloween candy. Tell us about one you can't stand. Okay?
Like Babe Ruth. Ugh.
Yeah, not a great candy bar, is it? Messages this morning on the 98.1 K-Hawk app.
Baby Ruth, if we're being...
Baby Ruth.
It's I just really hate Babe Ruth.
Wow. And the Yankees won last night, too. It's Braden Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Miles on it from Kane Brown and Marshmallow. Braden Courtlin, good morning. Welcome into a Wednesday. Yesterday was a bittersweet day. It always is when we wrap up a month of listener lunch at one of our restaurants we visit. Final lunch at Mas Margaritas yesterday.
It was a bummer. I mean, the food was amazing.
Oh, yeah, it was
but
great.
After I left, I was really bummed that we weren't going to be back next week.
Yeah, we'll just have to go, like what we say about all the restaurants we go to for listener lunch. We can always go back in our own time.
Well, you actually went back last Friday night.
I have been there more than once during listener lunch.
To be fair, though, you did get margaritas last time.
Yes, I did.
Which we don't get at listener lunch.
No, but yesterday you and I both got the same thing on the menu, something that has been very popular. Once you tell our lunch groups about this.
I take full credit for everybody loving this.
Okay, even though you don't make it and it's been on the menu for a while. It's called the Tijuana Bowl.
But I was the first one to order it, and every time...
The first one ever. No one had ever ordered this before Courtlin.
In our groups of lunch, though.
You were, yes.
And then every time our groups would say, hey, what's good on the menu? I would say, hey, this is. And then people would order it. So you finally tried it yesterday. Was I right? Was it as amazing as you thought it was going to be?
It's great. It's everything we had there is great. The Tijuana Bowl is great. Was it my favorite thing I had this month? No. Here's the deal. I had 5 different things.
I know. I'm proud of you.
I know. I usually always settle on a favorite and be like, I'm going to get the same thing all the time. And if that's you, no judgment. But I wanted to explore the menu at Mas Margaritas.
And you did.
And explore I did.
And yesterday, before we left for lunch, you said, I'm not leaving listener lunch today until I am miserable. Did you accomplish that goal?
Not the phrasing I used, but we'll clean it up. Yes, I did. I succeeded greatly. I went home and I just was like, what have I done?
Did you give your leftovers to someone in your family?
Holly enjoyed my leftover Tijuana bowl. That was her lunch yesterday. And trust me, there was plenty left for her to enjoy.
It was my dinner last night and my breakfast this morning.
Man. Thank you to Sam and her coworkers at Quality Auto in Marion. They enjoyed all the great food at Mas Margaritas as well. And so
some of the biggest burritos I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like they had a burrito. It was the California burrito?
Yes, it was.
And it looked like it was the size of a small child.
It looked like they'd swaddled a youngster and covered it with queso. Okay.
I mean, it was
amazing.
It looked magnificent.
All right. So, once again, we are moving on to the month of November.
Our last lunch month for the year.
Yes. And so we are happy to announce that we're going to end the year on a high note because we are going back to Edith Lucille's Bait Shack and Wing Depot off of Mount Vernon Road.
Man, I don't remember the last time we were there for lunch. It was at least a year or two ago. But
it's been a bit.
Everything that we've ever had on the menu at Edith Lucille's has been great.
We cannot wait to get back to Edith Lucille's. In fact, we'll be there next Tuesday for the first listener lunch in the month of November.
Do you remember the cowboy burger?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I also remember the tiramisu.
Yeah, the tiramisu is a big thing for you.
It is.
Edith Lucille.
It is. We're going to have a talk about that come Tuesday. So, me and the tiramisu, not me and you. If you'd like to get entered,
I don't think we need to talk about it.
If you want to get entered for listener lunch, our final month of the year, how many Tuesdays in November? Have you
4.
looked at? Okay.
We had 5 this month, so it has to be 4 next month.
4 Tuesday month. Our final 4 trips for listener lunch. Get entered to win on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. And right now, our final $50 gift card to Mas Margaritas to caller number 10.
Woo!
365-3698 or hit the call us button right now using your 98.1 K-Hawk app. And we're giving away some free food to Mas Margaritas.
Hey, Hawk, good morning. You are caller number 10.
Nice.
Woo!
Way to go. What is your name?
Mike McKinney.
Well, congrats. You got our final $50 gift card to Mas Margaritas in Cedar Rapids. Enjoy.
Thank you. I will.
Yes. Get a burrito the size of your head or a margarita. It's up to you. Or both. Oh, my gosh. That's
regret all of your decisions.
No, it'll be fine. Once again, thank you to Mas Margaritas for hosting us in October. We're off to Edith Lucille's Bait Shack and Wing Depot in November. Get entered now on the 98.1. Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. That's Chris Stapleton. Good morning. It's Brady and Courtlin giving away tickets to see Hardy at the Great Jones County Fair. That show is going to be the Saturday night show, July 19th of 2025.
And we're playing a game called Songs About Trucks.
That's right.
Hardy's got a couple of huge songs about trucks. So we thought we would take other country songs that involve trucks and play you a clip, and then you just have to tell us the right song title.
Give us the name. That's all you have to do. And
what did we do? Yeah. Oh, yesterday was Pickup Man.
That's right.
So you can check that one off the list.
All right.
Although there's like 90 others.
Good luck crossing off. If you have a list of all the country songs that have trucks in them, you're going to have a long list.
It's pretty much all of them. Whiskey or trucks.
Pretty much. Here is your clip this morning. Name this song.
Flames rolling off the old Goodyear tires.
I love this song.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great song.
One more time.
Flames rolling off the old Goodyear tires.
Name of the song, and you've got tickets to see Hardy at the Great Jones County Fair. Caller 10 gets the guess first at 365-3698 or hit the call us button using your 98.1 K-Hawk app. Don't forget, Hardy K-Hawk presale tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Tickets on sale to the general public Friday morning at 10 a.m. And we have all that info up on the K-Hawk app. Caller 10 gets the guess right now on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Brady and Courtlin.
Let's go to the phones and give away some more Hardy tickets.
K-Hawk, good morning. You are caller number 10. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Jaden from Cedar Rapids.
All right, Jaden, here we go. One more listen.
Flames rolling off the old Goodyear tires.
Name that song.
Is it Truck on Fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Truck on Fire is right.
Carly Pierce.
By the way, not great for your truck. Should it be on fire?
No, don't light your truck on fire.
Jaden, congrats. You got 2 track tickets to see Hardy at the Great Jones County Fair.
Awesome. Thank you.
See, what I love is the fact we give away tickets, but we also give away practical advice.
Free car advice from Brady and Courtlin. Yeah. Don't light your car on fire. It's the only thing I'm qualified to say.
Not everybody knows that your truck will not run as well when it's shooting flames out of the tires. So That is a great song by Carly Pearce.
I think of it as kind of the new version of Before He Cheats.
Absolutely, yeah. Once again, we'll do it again tomorrow morning. Another song about trucks. For more Hardy tickets, Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. I had some help from Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Good morning, it's Brain and Courtlin. Now, earlier this year, we told you about a new restaurant chain that would eventually be coming to Eastern Iowa. How long ago was this?
I think it was March.
Wow, okay, it's been a while.
March or April of this year, yeah. We haven't really heard anything about it since.
However, we now know that the very first Dave's Hot Chicken is going to be opening up soon in Eastern Iowa, and this is just the first location of many that are planned.
So eventually there's going to be 5 Dave's Hot Chicken locations in Iowa. 1 in Cedar Rapids, 1 in Coralville, 2 over in Des Moines, and then 1 in the Quad Cities. And the one in the Quad Cities is going to be opening in just a couple of weeks.
Okay. So,
less than that.
Once again, it looks like Friday, November 8th is when Dave's Hot Chicken is going to open up on East 53rd Street in Davenport, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily is what the times that their website has. Now, I remember the pictures from back in March when we talked about this.
They look so good.
They really do. And there are different levels of spice that you can get at Dave's Hot Chicken. But if you look at the pictures, I'm like, chicken's red, man. That looks kind of hot.
Yeah, you could get no spice all the way up to Reaper. They have 7 different spice levels that you can choose from.
Hi, I'd like my chicken to slowly kill me.
And it kind of reminds me of Chick-fil-A where they have like not Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, where they have like a very simple menu.
Yes.
It's like you can get sliders with chicken on them, or you can get the chicken tenders or the mini version of the chicken tenders, which are like little nuggets. But then you pick your spice level, and you also have some sides like mac and cheese,
yes,
and a kale slaw and French fries. So like that's pretty much the menu in terms of food.
And this is apparently one of the fastest growing chicken franchises in the entire nation. So finally, it's coming to Eastern Iowa, and once again, the first location is about ready to open up in Davenport. I agree. The
pictures just look incredible.
They look really good. I'm curious as if anyone's listening has ever been to a Dave's Hot Chicken location somewhere.
They're in a bunch of other Midwest states.
Yeah. I've never been to one personally, but I've
never even seen one before.
Would love to hear if somebody has an experience, how hot they've gone on the spice level. Because, yeah, I'm probably not going to go real high, but I don't care. As long as it's got a great flavor, I'm all about it. So once again, check out Dave's Hot Chicken opening soon in Davenport. I'm excited. More locations planned for Eastern Iowa. All the info up on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. And for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Justin Moore, and this is my Dirt. Brain and Courtlin on a Wednesday morning. That means it's time for another entertaining edition of Courtlin's Secret Sound.
Awesome.
Get ready to guess. Pull up the K-Hawk app. It's always fun. And you folks out there, much better guessing Courtland sounds than I am.
I don't know. Sometimes you're okay.
Sometimes.
Do you just purposely pretend like you don't know what it is?
No, I'm going to be real honest with you right now. This is not theater of the mind. This is not an illusion for radio. I truly do suck at guessing the noises you make.
Okay.
Okay?
Well,
full disclosure.
Well, that's kind of the point of the game, right? I'm not very good at sound effects, so it's hard to figure out what I'm trying to do.
Might be part of the problem.
I was laying in bed last night trying to figure out what sound I was going to do today, and I came up with something.
A little research. Little work tank. Working it out.
I did not do it, so I don't know how it's going to sound.
Are you afraid of offending Tater while laying in bed? Come on.
No. Okay, are you ready?
All right, we're ready. Here is this week's Courtlin's Secret Sound.
Okay, don't look at me.
I'm not.
Wait, that doesn't sound like anything. Yeah, let me see.
Well, thank you. I think we all can agree with that.
Nope, that's worse.
See, this is why you got to workshop this stuff at home, dude. Come on.
It's been a while since I've done this particular thing. So I don't know.
God, that's not the kind of game we want to play, Courtlin. Let me see. I have a guess.
No.
Okay, all right. Sorry. One more time. Can we get this to work? Come on. What do you got?
Okay, I give up.
You can't. You can't give up.
I thought this was going to be way easier. It's not.
Okay, all right. Well, we have the noise. Now, may we have a clue that maybe would point us in the right direction?
It's an activity.
It's an activity I haven't done in a while. You're not helping your own cause here. Oh, my good heavens.
It's been a couple years.
Oh, stop it. Are you going jogging?
No.
You're not running because you're not a runner. You're a walker.
No, I hate running.
Is it an outdoor activity?
Yeah, you could do this outdoors or you could do it indoors.
So not necessarily. Boy, any guesses on the K-Hawk app would be splendid at this moment in time. Mark from Springville says carving a pumpkin. Yeah, Mark, only if she's a mass murderer. That's the way it sounds.
Wait, but Mark was right.
It's right. Wait, hang on. Turn off the damn music. That was carving a pumpkin?
Yeah.
What?
He figured it out.
Courtlin, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know why I turned the mics on Wednesdays at 7:45. I want you to do the sound again. Do the noise.
I'm choking.
Do the noise. That's carving a pumpkin.
I love that you didn't even entertain the idea that he was correct. You're like, nah.
Mark clearly is in the same boat you are. Nicole said roping. That was a better guess than carving a pumpkin.
And you know, when you get the pumpkin carving kit, and you get like the serrated knife,
and you're sawing the pieces.
Through it, so you're like,
that's not how my pumpkin sounds.
Well, Mark says that I'm correct.
You and Mark, congrats. You win a pumpkin carving party with Courtlin, where it will sound something like this.
Okay, let's hear yours then.
Not my game.
Come on.
Not brain secret sound.
If you're going to talk smack, you got to have something to back it up.
Seriously. That was an all-time great right there. Mark, notch another one in your belt. Another win on Courtlin's Secret Sound. Brady Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk.
It's time for the latest in country music news. Country Quickies with Brain and Courtlin from 98.1 K-Hawk.
We'll start off with news of country artists doing fantastic things and more donations. Another one from Morgan Wallen. Over the course of the past 2 years, Morgan has donated $3 from every U.S. ticket sale on his 87-show One Night at a Time World Tour to the Morgan Wallen Foundation. And so now, Morgan making a $500,000 donation, and it's all new musical instruments. He'll donate new instruments to schools from cities in every single stop that he made on his world tour.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. So the foundation also focuses on youth music and sports programs, and Morgan is making a donation through his One Instrument at a Time initiative that also partners with the Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation. Great movie, by the way, if you've never seen it, Courtlin. You were a former band person. Have you ever seen Mr. Holland's Opus?
No, I have not. What year did it come out?
Okay, stop. That's not a question that's relevant. It's a great movie. Anyway,
I think it's very relevant.
I know. I don't want to answer it. That's why it's not relevant.
If you're going to shame me.
No, I'm just, okay, let's move on.
Okay. Well, here's some more good news. Lainey Wilson, she's always doing her part to make her fans feel special, and she always makes a point to acknowledge a sign or two during her shows. And recently, she spotted an exceptionally powerful one at her show in Rogers, Arkansas. There was a young girl who held up a sign with a to-do style list. 2 of them were checked off, so Lainey Wilson pulled the fan on stage and read it out loud to the audience. Lainey said, quote, her to-do list is beat cancer. She did. Beat cancer again. She did.
Wow.
Meet Lainey Wilson. She did it. Sing with Lainey. She's about to do it, y'all. While the crowd cheered for her, the intro to Miranda Lambert's Kerosene played in the background. The fan looked pretty young, so I don't know if she knew the song very well.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would have been more comfortable singing a Lainey Wilson song,
Probably.
But still, I mean, a very memorable experience, and Lainey Wilson talked to her for a second off stage and gave her a big hug, so.
That's cool. Good for her. She deserved that moment.
Yeah,
No
that's
kidding.
amazing.
All right, and finally, it's been about a week now since Zach Bryan and his girlfriend, Brianna Chicken Fry, announced their breakup.
So he's released 13 new breakups.
Well, no, listen, he's teasing some new music, and people, of course, are now just assuming that every song is a breakup song. Not sure if this one is or not, but this is called All Good Things Past. Take a listen. New Zach Bryan.
And the coming of the Lord couldn't keep me from a down south comeback smile. That Oklahoma popsicle frozen empties on the burn pile.
And my favorite part of this is the
what
horn,
is that?
Is the horn section.
Okay. Interesting.
So listen, sometimes beautiful music can come out of heartbreaking situations. And so I never wish anybody emotional pain, but Zach Bryan, give us some good breakup music. I'm down for it.
Well, he's already working on it.
Those are your country quickies this morning. It's Brady and Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk. For New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It matters to her from Scotty McCreery. Good morning. It's Brady and Courtlin on a Wednesday morning, and we're talking about brain farts. I think a lot of people were nervous. They're like, I didn't think it was that kind of show. No. Not that kind of brain. We're talking about, just doing something, I don't want to say dumb, but just you lose your place. You forget what you're doing. You had a perfect example of this happening to you yesterday in our little kitchen area.
Yeah, so that was actually the inspiration for this call-in topic this morning. Yesterday, I went out in the hall to heat something up in the microwave, and then I took it out, and I mixed it up, and then I turned the microwave back on, and I walked back into the studio, then I came back out, and I realized I had turned the microwave back on, but I never put my food back in the microwave.
You were warming it up.
So I was warming up nothing.
You were warming up the microwave. Jeez. Okay.
And so I felt so dumb in that moment. I'm like, what? How did I just not? It's like my brain just didn't even register. I had too much going on.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you confuse your job with your personal life. I have gotten off the air before during a really busy air shift, gone into my office. My cell phone will ring, and I'll pick it up, and I go, K-Hawk, good morning.
I did that at my last job. I worked at Forever 21, and I had worked at Cold Stone previous to that. And so when I would answer the phone at Forever 21, I would immediately go into my thank you for calling Cold Stone Creamery of Roseville, where every day is a great day for ice cream. This is Courtlin speaking. How may I help you?
What? I called about my blouse.
It's just like sometimes your brain is not at full capacity.
And sometimes as a parent, you do this to yourself. We named all three of our children C names, Chase, Carly, Kaylee.
So you just keep yelling them until you get it right?
Yeah, and it's especially bad with the girls, because they're only a year apart in high school. And sometimes I'll, go to say, Carly, could you get this? Or Kaylee, would you get this? And it's just the opposite kid. And of course, they always give us a hard time for mixing up their names. Like, you named us. Keep it straight.
How do you know? How do you not know which one is which?
I know. They're very different kids too. So we want to know examples of some brain farts. They happen to the best of us.
Just something funny that happened. It could be embarrassing. That's fine. We love that.
You can call us on the key this morning at 365-3698 so we can laugh together. You can post your stories on the K-Hawk Facebook page. We got a few on there already coming in.
Tamsin said, I couldn't remember the name of Nubo, so I said, that hobo place, because it sounded similar.
Hey, I'll meet you down at the hobo district.
My hubby knew what I meant, thankfully. Yeah. So it's that sort of thing.
Things like that. Brain farts. You can also message us on the 98.1 K-Hawk app.
We would love for you to call us, though.
Yes, give us a call this morning and share your stories. It's Brady and Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk. Brady and Courtlin about brain farts.
Sometimes you do something dumb.
Your brain just isn't quite working. You mean one thing, you say another. We have this example. Let's go to the phones.
I was training, and I had several high-level people there, and instead of saying our next exercise is, I said, our next exercise is.
Wow. You're going to spice up the meeting a little bit, huh?
It's not that kind of meeting.
Thank goodness everybody laughed, but I was so embarrassed.
That's so funny.
That's great. Yes, exercise.
What a class that was.
Yes, huh?
We got a comment from Amy on Facebook who said, I publish schedules of events for programs each year, and this year one of the deadlines falls on my birthday. Luckily, we all communicate with each other because I definitely scheduled everyone's deadline is 1986 instead of 2025.
That's good. We want to hear about your brain farts, okay? You mix stuff up. You say the wrong thing. It's easy. It happens.
You send the wrong text to the wrong person. We've all been there.
Oh, that's so good.
It's so embarrassing.
Give us a call at 365-3698. Comment on our Facebook page. Message us on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Here's Luke Bryan on K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Brady and Courtlin talking about brain farts this morning.
I would say my most common brain fart, the one that happens to me the most, is I'll be looking everywhere for my keys all over my house. So frustrated that I can't find them. And they're in the door.
Oh,
the door is shut and locked, but the keys are still in the door.
Yep. No, that happens at our house too. 100%, yes.
All the time.
All right, here's one. Georgia from North Liberty messages on the K-Hawk app this morning. It says, how about this? Making coffee, but never putting the Keurig cup into the machine.
You're like, why isn't it coming out?
It's pretty weak.
Tastes like water.
You know, it looks like water. Where's the coffee? We're going to put the cup in. That's right. Thank you, Georgia.
I love this one from Jessica, who said, double brain fart for you. I spent 10 minutes freaking out looking for my phone while talking on said phone to my best friend.
Yes, of course.
Your best friend doesn't sound like she was very helpful.
No, she didn't figure that out very quick either, apparently. So, all right, you have an example of a brain fart. 3.1 K-Hawk and Tim McGraw's one bad habit. Brady and Courtlin, maybe your bad habit is always coming up with a brain fart with the least opportune time.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Oh, yeah.
Brain, you were talking about calling your kids by the wrong name.
Yes.
Todd wrote on Facebook, he said, I do that too, but in addition to mixing up the kids' names, I also throw in the names of our dogs as well. Eventually I just say, whoever you are, go do what I asked.
I know. I think we've just got so much stuff rattling around our heads sometimes that we're just, the right thing doesn't come out. It happens to us, and we work in a field where we talk for a living, so it's rather inconvenient.
Very inconvenient when it happens to us because it sounds like we have no idea what we're doing.
And while sometimes that may be true, not all the time. Definitely.
We're supposed to know what we're doing.
Yes. So thank you for the calls and comments, and once again, if you have a brain fart you'd like to share with us, you can post it on our Facebook page or message us on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. It's Brady and Courtlin on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Studio.
Brady and Courtlin talking about brain farts. And we had this one final call we just had to air because this is really good. Go ahead.
I was talking on the phone to a patient, giving him instructions for his upcoming surgery. And I asked him if there's any other questions. And he goes, no. He goes, thank you. Love you.
And you're like, love you too.
I did. I said, love you too. But I think he had hung up already.
Yeah, I think that's great that she said back to him, love you too. Let's just keep spreading the love this morning. Sometimes you kind of forget who you're talking to.
It's like when you're going to the movies and the person taking your ticket says, enjoy the movie. And you say, thanks, you too. And then you're like, or you order at a restaurant and they're like, enjoy your meal. And you're like, you too.
I've said that before. And it's just, you're used to being polite. It's okay. It's okay. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. I think I'm in love with you. The latest from Chris Stapleton. It's Brady and Courtlin. In case you missed our announcement, it happened at the 6 o'clock hour. We announced where we're going for listener lunch in November.
Our final listener lunch month of the year, and we're going out with a bang at Edith Lucille's.
Edith Lucille's Paint Shack and Wing Depot. You know where it's at, off of Mount Vernon Road in Cedar Rapids. We'll be there for the final 4 listener lunches of the year, 4 Tuesdays in November. And while we love eating, we'd also like to eat with you.
Yes. If you would like to join us, you can. All you have to do is get signed up for lunch. And then once you're in for the entire month. And then after the end of November, we're going to dump all the entries from this year. And we're going to start fresh for the new year.
Yep. It's that time. Our final 4 lunches of 2024. Be one of our final 4 winners. Get entered for listener lunch on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. And pour me a drink. Post Malone and Blake Shelton. It's Brady and Courtlin wrapping it up on a Wednesday, which means we're staring Halloween right in the face tomorrow.
I'm so excited. Brain and I are going to be unveiling our Halloween costumes tomorrow morning. And I cannot wait to see what yours is because you won't even tell me.
Nope.
It's really irritating, actually, because I'm the one who came up with the theme.
It's part of the fun,
so you should at least have to tell me.
It's part of the fun. And I also had another idea. Can I tell you what I was going to do? And I'm not going to do this. Okay.
But you can't tell me.
No. It doesn't have to do with our theme.
Oh, okay.
Each year we do have a theme for our costumes. And so this year we had a theme. We still do have a theme. And so at one point in time, I was going to not obey the theme of the Halloween costume contest. And I was going to go off and do something completely random and not tell you. And that would be part of your Halloween surprise.
I would have killed you.
I'm saving that for 2025.
Don't you dare. We worked so hard.
Oh,
how dare you?
Some of us work harder than others on this stuff.
Well, here's the thing. I come up with a theme so that you can come up with a costume based on that theme, and you can go as far with it as you want. You can pick something really easy, or you could pick something a little bit more intricate. I leave that up to you. But I just try to pick a pretty general theme so you have options.
Thank you.
It's not like I'm like, Brain, I need you to start sewing your costume now for next year.
Oh, trust me, there will never be any sewing involved in my costumes. It's just one of those things, as I continue to get older, it's just, I don't need to dress up anymore.
It's tradition.
It's, okay, all right.
You will continue to dress up as long as I am living here.
Okay. So I will tell you this, though. My costume for tomorrow is going to require me to get up a little bit earlier. So that's all I'll say.
Oh, okay.
So it's the only clue I'm giving you. We'll unveil them on the air tomorrow morning. And so join us for the fun of Halloween.
Probably right around 6:10. That's normally when we do it, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, we're going to be in studio fully dressed up. We might as well reveal to you what we look like. So, all right, Halloween dad joke to get us out of here on a Wednesday.
Okay, I found this one yesterday. I was so excited. Brain, what do vegetarian zombies eat?
What do vegetarian zombies eat?
Grains.
That's so bad, it's good. That is the definition of a dad joke. It's so bad, it's good. Grains.
All right, that's enough for one day.
If you're looking for a costume idea and you're late to the game, vegetarian zombie. We're just saying. All right, back tomorrow morning, bright and early at 5 a.m. in costume. Until then, so long.